What the hell?
It was gross, wasn't it?
What the hell was that? Was disgusting. You gave me a freaking wet willy.
Well, you know. It was consensual, right?
Oh,
All better?
oh, yeah. Hey, I am James.
Oh, hi guys, I'm Jake.
And today we're
I'm sorry, I'm terribly distracted. What color is that, man? I can't focus with this thing. What are we doing?
This is Amherst.
Huh?
Amherst.
It did what?
It's Amherst. It's purple, isn't it?
I think it's purple,
It's
James.
purple. It is purple.
We're doing a purple Harley.
Yeah. So,
I quite like it. Do you?
yeah. No. No, I don't. I don't. But so we're doing the Heritage. Obviously, we got the 2020 114 and the purple one. This is a 103 twin cam engine, and it's purple. I don't know if there's anything else to say about it. But the Heritage, though, Jake, it's got to be one of the most practical and versatile Softails in the lineup, really, isn't it?
So it's absolutely one of my favorite motorcycles in general. A lot of y'all have known for a while now that I have a few motorcycles. My favorite that I own right now is probably the Fixer for impractical reasons, but the one I ride that is my favorite because it doesn't break all the time is the 100th anniversary Heritage. It's beautiful. It turns heads. Inherently, it calls your attention because of what it is, and it's simple. But it's so cool because it looks almost like a deluxe, right? But I have the back seat and the backrest and the bags and the windshield and everything's super detachable and quick. I like that in a motorcycle. What called the Sport Glide to me to be so good was you could take the bags off, you could take the fairing off. With a Heritage, it's a very similar concept. It's a little older.
It's more traditional looking, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, this looks like what a Harley-Davidson looks like. which I think-
Exactly.
that's what I love about these bikes.
And that's
not
what makes it so
necessarily
cool.
the purple one.
No comment?
No.
And that what you're supposed to say when you're being, you know.
Yeah. Well, we should probably take them for a ride. See how they go.
I think that's a good idea. Oh, by the way, sidebar, because I try to be somewhat technical. If you haven't figured it out, that's a twin cam, that's a Mickey. We've done this before. We enjoy this because, well, twin cams.
Mickey's. All right, let's go.
All right.
Alright, so here we are out on the Heritages. I'm starting out on the 103, the purple bike. And it is very, very purple. And normally, I'm not a big fan of saying it's a boy's bike or a girl's bike, because, you know, you ride whatever you want. But I'll be honest, I don't see many blokes on this purple motorcycle. God, look at that sky. It's beautiful. It looks like the beginning of on The Simpsons, you know. Simpsons. So the 103, the twin cam. This is a great bike actually. I haven't been on a twin cam Heritage for a long time. It's really nice. Really, really easy to control and really, really comfortable. The Heritage Jake's on. That sounds good. It's got some pipes on there. I believe they are the Vansenheim Eliminator 300s. They sound pretty damn good. Alright, so we're on the bridge, comfort on the bridge. The Heritage, as always, in any of its guises, is a really comfortable motorcycle. It's sort of designed to be a mini touring bike. In fact, this year, the Heritage is now considered by Harley-Davidson a touring bike rather than a Softail. If you look on the website now, it's listed under the touring bikes, which makes sense because it has a windshield, it has bags. You can go a long time on this, particularly with the seat. Even the factory seat, which, you know, I'm not a massive fan of factory seats generally, on the Heritage is fantastic. It's a really, really comfortable place to be. The windshield makes a big difference. As you know, I'm not a massive windshield fan. This is less offensive to me than a massive fairing. But it's still, you know, it still blocks some of the wind, but you're still getting enough where I think you still feel like you're on a pretty basic motorcycle, which is definitely what I like. And I'll tell you what, it's just gorgeous. I mean, if you live in a place where it's not as beautiful right now in, what we're at, May 15th, I think, 14th, something like that, it's just perfect. Just riding motorcycles, we are made. It's a good day, any way you look at it. So the 103, it doesn't have as much power, obviously, as the 114 that Jake's on right now. But to be honest, it's got plenty of get up. I mean, this thing will get you from A to B quickly. It's not underpowered in any stretch of the imagination. Engine braking's really good on it, as it is with all Harleys. And the lean angle on it it's nice. I can feel, you know, I think my pegs were getting a little close to touching down there, which is characteristic of these. Oh, that does sound good, doesn't it? Wow. Yeah, those Vance and Hines, they sound pretty good. I just have the stock pipes on this bike, so you won't be hearing anything from me. But what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the low. You know, the Heritage used to be a lot lower. This is much lower than the new post 2018 bikes. So they do have a tendency when you take corners somewhat aggressively to scrape the floorboards. It's not a big deal. I think when the first time it happens, you sort of go, oh, bloody hell, I scraped the pegs. But once you've done it once, you sort of go, it just is what it is. But if you know it's there, you sort of just go a little more conservative on the corners than you would normally. The one thing that is surprising me actually is how much I'm enjoying the 103. Look, I mean, I've never been on a motorcycle I don't like, to be honest. But this one, I'm really, really enjoying it. And normally, I always go with a Milwaukee 8 over the Heritage, but I'll be honest, it's going to take quite a bit for the one that Jake's on right now to beat this, because this is fantastic. It's comfortable, it's easy to handle, it's fantastic. I am really, really impressed, even in the purple, which does take a bit of getting used to. So low speed manoeuvring, no bother at all. It's incredibly stable. And there you see, it does go. I mean, I know Jake, if he ripped that, it would take off on me with a 114. But this will hold its own, absolutely. It's nice in the corners as well. We're coming up to the only slightly twisty bit of this ride, and it's fun. It gets down low. Yeah, it's great. It does exactly what it is supposed to do. So if you're sort of looking at one saying it's a 103 and you're like, wow, what would I be missing if I didn't go with a Milwaukee 8? The thing you have to know is lower, so you have to be somewhat careful about scraping the floorboards, and it's not as powerful, but it's not something you're going to necessarily miss. So new construction corner, see how she handles on here. Beautifully, actually fantastic. Oh, you can just get it down, and you know, the pegs, I didn't scrape then, and we were down pretty low, so that is absolutely fantastic. I do love the look of a Heritage. It's got such a classic Harley-Davidson look to it. With the windshield, without the windshield, with the bags, without the bags. You can take it, strip it right down, it becomes very, very classic looking, or you can put them on, and it doesn't really lose that classic look. It retains it, which I think is fantastic. So we're going to get on the 114 Heritage, and I'm going to be curious to tell you exactly what the difference is from being on this one to that one. I suspect it's... What is this lady doing? She's just... Okay. Well, we'll just go around her. I suspect that I'm going to prefer the Milwaukee 8 just because I always do, and... what is she doing now? She's just backing in. Alright, we'll let her do her thing and we'll switch out. I love this. It's fantastic. And one more look at the absolute gorgeous purple. Look at that. It's special. What? Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to it. It's awesome. Yeah. Alright, so we're on this one. This is pretty much stock apart from the Vance & Hines and these strange speakers, which look like eyeballs staring at me. Look at it, it's like a face. I got 2 eyes and a nose, and I see faces everywhere. Okay, so on the 114 Heritage, first thing you notice is it sounds good. The pipes definitely make a difference. Secondly, you notice that you're a little higher up, and the windshield I don't like as much on this one. It blocks a lot more of the view. You've got just a little bit of clear at the top and all that black down below. I would prefer it probably to be clear, just to give you more of the view of the road. Power wise, it's definitely got a lot more power. The low end torque on it is significantly more. Comfort, you know, this is weird because I would normally always go with a Milwaukee 8, but I actually think that I was more comfortable on the purple one. It just felt a little bit better. And I don't know what that is. It's weird. You definitely feel like you're on a more modern motorcycle with this one. The engine is not as... Oh, he scraped his pegs. The engine isn't as... it's not as raw. It's a little more refined. And on the lean angle, you're a bit more confident taking it. You know that you're a little higher up, so you know that you're not going to scrape the pegs as easily on the 114. But as far as handling goes, and this is going to surprise you if you watch a lot of these videos. Oh, that sounds good though. It does sound good. Oh, handling, yeah. I actually think the I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm not going to let Jake listen to this, but I think I prefer the twin cam. I really do. I think it just, to me, this one handles fantastic. I love the Heritage, but the twin cam, there's just something about it. It's a little more raw, which is nice, but I just feel like it handled, I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't want to say that, but I feel like I'm going to have to. I feel like it just handled better. Yeah, I think in this particular comparison, I'm going to give the win to the twin cam. That might be a first. I think that's a first, but it's just something about it. It might just be the colour. It might just be that the purple is just so fabulous that it makes me want to like it more. But I don't know. It just was... Yeah. I mean, I know Jake's going to prefer the twin cam, so we'll get up top now for final thoughts. And oh my god, we might actually agree on final thoughts for the first time. That's going to be one for the books. Alright, well, I'll see you up on top. Okay, so final thoughts. We're doing it in the shade because it's warm, isn't it?
It's hot.
It is hot.
It's really nice.
It's beautiful.
This is perfect nap weather.
I could take a nap.
So
that'd be nice. But anyway, the bikes.
Man, I'm fascinated, guys. I'm going to be honest. You guys know I'm a little bit of a Twinkie guy. I'm a little biased, but I'll be honest. The purple threw me off to the extent that I thought I would actually like the Heritage in the Milwaukee 8 trim better. I didn't. I do.
Yeah.
It was so fantastic.
It grows on you. The purple grows on you.
I was telling James, a while back that I couldn't figure out what it was about the less refined, more raw experience on a motorcycle that I liked. And today, on the purple bike, I figured it out. That right there is such an experience. You pay more attention, you're more aware of your surroundings, and you get it seems like the experience is more cultivated.
Yeah,
right?
no, okay, so I am always the Milwaukee 8 defender. I love it, right?
Absolutely.
Having said that, and you'll have heard it in my comments when we were riding there, but I really like the twin cam in that particular platform. It was great. It was just a cool motorcycle.
So good. I felt, man, at home.
Yeah, come with me though really quickly because the sun's gone away now.
Yeah.
There is one thing though that the new Heritage does significantly better, and that's the bags. This is right.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because if we come to the purple one, which is absolutely fantastic, the bags are a bit. If I'm being honest, it looks like an elephant scrotum.
Is that why you described it like that? You just
Yeah,
said elephant scrotum.
that's it. And on that revelation, we'll see you next time.
Bye.